Okay, I think we're back online. We're back online. I know, kitten. Please, no. Blame the ISP. It is the ISP's fault. But yeah, with the what was it? The daylight savings time, it moved it back an hour. So I forgot it now should hit from 1 a.m. onwards, which kind of sucks. But oh well. Oh well. Yeah, that's Shaw's fault. Good old Shaw. Yeah, I find that with Shaw in my area, I don't know if it happens in other areas, but in my area, it there's enough of an interruption in the internets. Like I can still stay connected to the chat, but it will interrupt the broadcast enough that it will go down and then it'll just come back up like a moment later. It's only like a 1 or 2 minute like interruption. She Shaw Pocket Sand. Pocket Sand? Well, Shaw is the name of the ISP we're with, so I like Shaw other than for, you know, this weird magical hour where they kind of muck with it. I think it's like a maintenance or something. That's the only problem though. That's the only problem I ever have with them is it just interrupts it enough for it to stop the broadcast and then it'll come right back up like a minute or two later. The taco. So like now that it's happened, I don't have to worry about it happening again. That's it. It just only happens once. Anyways, where am I? Yuto started to cry, so I left him in Uki's care as I took the phone out of my pocket and dialed the number I knew very well. Wait, did we come to a realization while we were watching the video? She'd been watching one part of the video. I stared at the computer screen. Kurusu found something? Has she found something? Okay. So we haven't actually watched the video yet. Persona 3. I grew more and more anxious. Damn it, Kurusu! Also, Kurusu also sounds a lot like Makise Kurisu. So that I guess there's one kind of like name that's very similar there. Yeah. Christina! But this is what you do if you found the killer first, right? I know exactly what you'd think. I suddenly felt like I heard her voice. Bakayaro! But the only thing I heard was the endless ringing sound. Mitsuru? November 3rd, 2015, Tuesday, so it's still the 3rd. The 4th is like that dark day that they're waiting for. Uragawacho, Shibuya. Oh. The path to Hekiho Academy. Who dis? Oh, it's Kurisu. Or Kurusu. This is a long Tuesday. They've been through a lot, okay? It's gonna be long days of them trying to solve some shit. Kurusu was walking alone along an empty street. Her breathing was a little heavy. She'd been walking a long time and at a fast pace. She was wearing her school uniform. There was a school rule that said whenever you went on campus, you had to wear a uniform. It was funny to realize that she was obeying it, even now. She just found a clue in the Don't Look at Me video and asked a certain person to meet her at Hekiho Academy. The person had said they couldn't be there immediately, but that they would call her when they got to the school. So there was no need to hurry. There was plenty of time until she got there. That's what Nono told herself, but her body kept driving her forward. Did she forget it? Oh wait, she realized she hadn't looked at it in a long time. She must have been under more strain than she realized. Did she forget her phone? She looked and saw several calls from Takeru and Arimura. She thought of stopping and heading back, but then sighed as she realized it was impossible. She couldn't go back to Aobojoran now. If she saw Takeru's face, her determination would waver. Her determination would waver and she would change her mind. So now, the only thing she could do was go forward. Now that she realized the hidden truth. What's the hidden truth? Why did they never tell us these things? She apologized to her absent brother and tapped the phone in her pocket. Then she glared at the hill in front of her as she readied herself for what was to come. She had to rid herself of any kindness or sentimentality. Even if she didn't intend any mercy now, she might find herself in a moment of weakness later. So wait, is this someone she knows? She called someone to the school. At night, the academy was an ominous dark silhouette amidst the dazzling lights of Shibuya. It was as if it knew what was coming. Usually there was a guard in the room attached to the front gate, but for some reason she couldn't see him. The air felt tense. She shook off her uncertainty and went inside. Wait. Did the killer dispatch the... or dismiss the guard somehow? Mind controlled him? Moment of truth, guys. She went into the dark newspaper club room and turned on the fluorescent lights. Nono had decided to wait here for her call, but when she arrived, she found something unexpected. It was the map that they'd put up to analyze the case, which had been taken down a while ago. It was back on the wall, and there were several new pictures and pieces of information that she hadn't seen before. That was probably Takuru's doing. He'd been continuing to hunt the killer in secret too. Usotsuki. She felt herself letting her guard down as she thought of Takuru, and quickly shook her head. She brought a chair close to the wall and sat down and stared at the map. Takuru had said something once.
Usuda?
It's Uso. U-S-O. Uso. Something's chasing us. Looking back, several things had happened that could only be explained that way. Kurusu had decided that Takuru's life was in danger because he was a psychic and that she was going to save him. But if the killer was just going after Takuru's life, there was more direct ways to go about it. But instead, they got the return of the new generation madness killings and what had happened to Yui. It would have been easy for them to take Takuru's life, but just like Takuru had said, the case seemed to be slowly closing in on them from all sides, which meant involving him. That was the only thing that made sense, but she couldn't figure out what it could be. Usoda. Yeah, pretty much. Then she saw a piece of paper on the board. Haida had Minamisawa's ID card. The fact had sent her mind reeling. One of the reasons she'd figured it out was Riko Haida. It had all started with the ID card that Senri Minamisawa had. That was without a doubt her real card, and no one but Kurusu would have known where it was. All of Senri's things lay beneath the memorial. Kurusu had put them there herself. All of Senri's family had died in the earthquake. She had no surviving relatives. So after the memorial had gone up, Kurusu had put them there. Even Kamahara, the other boy who'd been playing with them, didn't know that. It was a secret about Senri that only Kurusu knew. But Riko Haida had held that secret. No, she'd been given it. How was that possible? The power to see other people's thoughts and memories. Kakita, the victim in the revolving dead case, had supposedly possessed it. The killer had used it to read Kurusu's mind. And that was how they were able to find Senri's ID card. And now that she found what was hidden in the Don't Look at Me video, she had no choice but to fight them. She'd probably made contact with them more than once or twice, because they were one of her closest friends. Is this Serika? Is this Serika? It's Serika, isn't it? Her whisper echoed off the walls with no one. Oh wait, no, we're talking about her. Kurusu, with no one to hear it. The countless after school hours they'd spent together were some of the most important times in Kurusu's life. Meaningless conversations, shops they'd browsed together, but she couldn't think of any special memories, and that was very painful for her, because that was the only sign of how close they were. But I have to ask, I have to find out, even if the answer meant that things would never be the same.
それともう一つ
Her thoughts went deeper. There was one more thing she had to ask. AH Tokyo General Hospital. That was where Takeru had seen Sanri being experimented on 8 years ago. She'd been tied to a chair and slowly going mad, where she'd seen a boy, Takeru, that she didn't know. She had no time to figure out who he might be. She shouted, "Help me," without even understanding what was going on. And the boy heard it and ran. Was he surprised at the horrible scene he saw, or afraid? No, probably both. And Kurusu couldn't blame him for either. At the time, he was just a 4th grader, a 10-year-old boy. There was no way he could have saved Senri. That was why Senri didn't hate him. Kurusu knew that. She tried to tell Takeru many times and failed about her one big mistake. That was why she knew, and that why she'd always been suspicious. 8 years ago, when that boy had witnessed Senri being experimented on, he was alone. Wait. So this does mean that Seneca is the killer. Seneca is the killer! Oh my god. Because in Takeru's memories of it, Seneca was with him when he witnessed this. But why? I don't know. And I don't know why she made it like his memories to include her in it. I don't know. But now, what's her name? Kurusu here is now telling us that he saw this, he witnessed this by himself. Whereas in Takeru's memories early on in the game, he tells us that Seneca was there with him, sneaking into the hospital. It's time to switch the phone. Okay. You do that then. Get ready for bed. Just a single timid boy peeking through a tiny crack in the door. There was no one next to him. Yet Seneca claims to have these memories as well, etc.
けど、タクルはあの時、二人で目撃したと言っている。
Wait, but then how did Kurusu know that he was alone? At first she thought that Takeru was just confused. He'd been in a coma for over a year and he was simply mistaken. But then she said the same thing. That they were together. It had been a thorn in her heart for a long, long time.
本当にあなたは、あの時タクルと一緒にいたの?
She reached out toward the computer, but in the end, she let her hands float in the air. She'd seen the video dozens of times. It wouldn't be any different here than it was in Aoba dorm, nor would the secret it concealed. Nor would it change what she was about to do. There was no changing any of it, it seemed. Oh my god, Seneca was the killer! It took a long time before they called her. It was almost midnight. But Kurusu didn't get frustrated, she simply waited, calmly. She assumed it would be around this time. They were probably waiting for November 4th, the day of the new generation madness.
そして私を。
And then they were going to do to her what they did to the other victims. She felt her phone vibrating and took it out of her pocket. Takeru was still calling despite the late hour. He'd sent text messages too. Of course, Kurusu hadn't answered at all. Was it him again? She thought as she looked at the screen. The name she'd been waiting for had appeared on the screen. She answered the call and put the phone up to her ear.
もしもし。
She heard a voice she knew well on the other end. Sorry to keep you waiting, she said.
いいのよ。
Wait,
そんな
she?
に待ってないから。
She
そ
said.
れにここへ呼んだのは私の方だし。
They said she, so we know that the killer is a she.
それじゃあ屋上でいいかしら。待ってるわね。
It's so casual, like their conversation. She ended the call and went to put the phone back into her pocket, but suddenly she stopped and called up a picture on the screen. It was the photo of her family at Aoba dorm, the same as the one that was Takeru's treasure. She stared at it for a while, then placed the phone on the edge of the table, the place where she always sat when she was with the newspaper club. If something happened to her, she wanted someone else to save it. And then she looked around the room and bowed.
お世話になりました。
Oh my god, like what is she doing? She's like sacrificing herself or something? Like for what? For what? She turned off the lights and the room became as dark as the abyss. To what end? Don't act like you're never coming back. He wasn't by her side to tell her that. Oh, we're getting so close to the end, but I kind of need a bit of a break. So hold on, I'm gonna look for a spot, good spot. I mean, there's some music here. I was pulling my hair out in frustration. Or this might be a good place to like stop, right? Well, not stop, but I just need to take a quick break. You know what? Here, I'll just leave it on this. It's got a freaky ass picture on there. I like how the sumo sticker here looks kind of like Miku. Like they've like spoofed it to look like Miku. Okay, I will be right back. Just gonna take a 2-3 minute break. Okay, back. What I miss? You didn't miss anything. I'm just gonna go on break. I just need a really quick bathroom break. So I will be back after these messages. I didn't unmute my mic. Okay, hello. I'm back. But yeah, that's a very recent change that Twitch made to ads and how ads worked. So now, all ads should benefit the streamer, the channel, so they will all benefit even affiliate accounts as well. Oh no! I knew but don't know how, so me. Low. So yeah, I if I do roll ads, I do actually get a small payout for that. So you guys are helping supporting by watching these ads. Oh, that sounds like a good thing. Yeah, because before, they would put ads like on everybody's channels, even like people who weren't affiliated or people who were affiliated, and the only people who would benefit from the ads were the partnered channels. But the ones that didn't, weren't partners, all of that would always all go to Twitch. So all of that would support Twitch. Any ads you saw on affiliate or non-affiliate accounts were all going to Twitch. But now any ads you see on affiliated accounts will go towards the streamer itself. So it is a step in the right direction, I think. Anywho. But yes, also, if you do subscribe, you can skip the ads. You are— wait, hold on. Actually, Mr. Baum, did you see the ads? Because I know you're subbed. I'm curious if whenever I roll an ad break, if subs actually see that or if not. Nope. Okay, so if you're subbed, you actually have the benefit of not having to watch the ads. So there you go. I'd rather watch this video 100 times. It was, of course, the video of Otani, the "Don't Look at Me" victim. He wept tears of blood, lost his arm, turned his dead desk red, and died. Not only was I watching a shocking, gory video over and over again, I was searching desperately for what Kurusa had found. I felt like I was going crazy. I just came back, no ads. Well, you probably came back after the ads finished. Lol.
クルス、出てくれよ、クルス。
Each time I finished watching the video, I called her phone, but she never answered. I slammed my finger down on the end call button and started up the video again. Maybe it was something in the user comments, not the video itself? No, she was wearing fucking headphones, so it was in the video, idiot. I thought it might be, but so I checked everyone, but nothing had struck me as unusual. It was just a flood of meaningless comments going from right to left. And wait, right to left? Yeah. And only a few of them were actually worried about Otani, which just pissed me off more.
一体この動画に何があるって言うんだよ。
It was something she heard, dude. I expanded it to fill the screen. I tried slowing it down, but there was nothing. Had Kurusu found something here? Like, why do you think she was wearing headphones? There was a hesitant knock on the door and Uki came in. She had probably just been crying with Yuto. She was rubbing her swollen red eyes.
ユウトは
先生が帰ってきて見てくれてます。お薬を飲んだのですぐに眠れるだろうって。
Her voice was still a little teary.
何かわかりましたか？
いや、ダメなんだ。
Uki looked very concerned as she watched me grit my teeth.
私、ののさんが何かを発見したとき、近くにいました。
ああ。
なんだか、いつもの冷静なののさんじゃなくて、だから、とても心配です。
Uki seemed to be remembering what had happened. Seeing her only made me more worried.
クルスのやつ、どんな感じだったんだ？
Well, maybe Uki had a clue. Maybe she saw the video at what point it was at. Even though she didn't want to watch it.
それが、突然立ち上がって、そんなのは嘘だとか、ありえないとか、最初、すごくうろたえていて。
Shocking. Shocked?
はい。顔色も真っ青だったんです。
Shocked and pale? Did that mean that she knew the killer? And it was someone she didn't want to be the killer?
やっぱり僕か、尾上か。
Setega! It's Setega! And then I shook my head.
ごめんなさい。本当はそこで私がののさんの力に慣れていればこんなことには。
いや、それはいいんだ。
I tried my best to keep her from sensing my panic, so I slowly asked her another question. For now, I wanted any hint, no matter how small.
ウキ、クルスは動画を見ていて何かに気づいたんだよな。それでそのシーンを何度も見直していた。
多分そうだったと思います。
それがどのあたりかわからないんだったな。
すみません。
She looked down toward the ground. I quickly shook my hand at
いや
her.
責めてるとかじゃないんだ。そうじゃなくて。
What should I do? What do I ask to get the hint I need?
ダメだ。わからない。
Tell me, Kurisu, where is the clue? Come on, tell me.
情けないっすね、先輩。
What? Arimura? I suddenly heard a voice behind Uki. I looked up and saw Arimura playing with her twin tails.
なんすかその顔。泣きそうじゃないですか。
うるさい。お前に関係ないだろ。
I yelled at her even though I knew I shouldn't, and Arimura laughed.
関係なくないっすよ。そろそろ11月4日になるんですけど、ウキのそばにくっついてろって言ったの先輩でしょ。
あ、すまない。
あと、クルス先輩のこと実は結構好きなんすよね、私。だから関係ないとか言われるとすっげームカつく。
Arimura's face suddenly became serious, and then she yelled.
しっかりしなさい。そんなに焦ってたら気がつくものも気がつかないでしょ、このバカ。
Baka!
クルス先輩なら絶対に言うと思います。
有村。
ねえウキ、クルス先輩が何かにびっくりして、でその後映像を何度も見直したんだよね。
はい。
How did Uki know she was watching the same part over and over again? So,
その時ってどんな様子だったわけ？何かに気づいて驚いた後だよ。
after she acted surprised, Arimura put her hand on Uki's shoulder and started to ask more questions.
ののさん、すごく真剣な顔になって怖いくらいでした。
うん。で、
イヤフォンにじっと耳を澄ませる感じで、こう何かを一生懸命聞こうとしてるというか。
There you go. She was listening to the video.
うん。
Listening for something. Her voice sounds so familiar, but I guess most anime girls kind of sound the same. Actually, I was thinking a lot of most of the characters in this game are very familiar sounding. Like Takuru, the main character that we're playing as, his voice is the same as Kirito, for example, from Sword Arts Online. So a lot of these are going to be like voice actors that are going to appear in a lot of different animes. I just haven't bothered looking up what their what series they have done, or what the names of these voice actors are, and then I realized Kirito. I'd missed something very simple.
僕は今まで何をやってたんだ。
Yeah, what have you been doing, you idiot? Baka! Arimura was right. I'd been panicking too much because of Kurusu.
クルスは昨日もこの動画を見てたじゃないか。それで僕と喧嘩になった。
But she wasn't wearing headphones then, and the computer had been set at maximum volume. What if that was deliberate? Because she was listening to a quiet part, dude.
どうしました先輩？
Yes, the beginning of the video might have blared, but it was probably a different part of the video that was quieter. God, these guys are slow.
音だ。
Just kidding. The sound! Hey, he finally gets it.
画像じゃない。音に何かがあるんだ。
Mm-hmm. That's why Kurusu had been worn headphones and set the sound to maximum.
有村、とりあえず聞いてくれ、これ。
God. Doi. Slow people. I handed her the stereo headset that was connected to the computer. When I saw that she put them on, I set the volume to maximum and pressed play.
申し訳ない。この安売りセールしていた地図がありえないくらい硬くて。
Oh god. That was hard. I think I'm gonna go sleep now. I finished AI Somnium files finally. Oh, that 100%. Damn, dude. I'm sorry, Casbop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to come in on that. Or have you been lurking? And welcome. Welcome to the stream. There was a mysterious clue in that gibberish, okay, guys? I know, it's not my fault. They had to get that part across. Kurusu was listening for something in that gibberish. That part actually, that they were playing, he had already, the blogger had already chopped his arm up. I remember that part. It was, yeah. The sound was so loud that she ripped the headphones off her ears. Good night. Alright, good night, Pixel Puppy, and thanks for stopping by. And also grats on finishing Somnium files. And then she threw them at me.
私の耳をぶっ壊すつもりですか?
Yeah, probably.
だろ普通そうなるはずだ。
当たり前でしょうが。
Oh my god, play it! Yeah, I gotta get my hands on it. I kind of want to get them for the Switch, but I'd have to get a Switch first. That's right. Normally you wouldn't focus on anything with the sound this loud. In other words, what Kurusu had been listening
音
to,
がほとんど入ってない部分だ。
where there's barely any sound. Oh, he fucking gets it now. Oh my god. Why? I moved the video back to the start and played it at maximum volume. Oh god, we're gonna listen to this at max volume.
はい。ではいつも通り3分くらい募集をかけるんで、適当によろです。
Ow. Can we like turn it down? Config. Sound. I don't even know if that's counted as the voice or movie. I'm waiting for a possible Black Friday Switch. Wait, when's that happening? Is it this Friday? Is it this Friday? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pull up the, I'm not gonna use that volume. I'm just gonna lower the whole thing. Scary. I did catch that. November 28th? Ah, okay. Maybe I should look out for that too. I don't know if Canada will have that or... There we go. The scene with him in front of the computer was too loud to listen to. The sound got a little better when he left the computer, but it still hurt at maximum volume. It was hard to imagine her listening to this part over and over again. Owatani disappeared out of the frame and I stopped being able to hear what he was saying. This was the part where people thought the killer had come in. But everyone from the police to internet users all over the country had thought it would lead to the killer. It had been listened to millions of times in all. If it was in this part, someone would have found it already. Taikyo. Wait. You're welcome for turning it down. or for the pointer for Black Friday Switch.
怖いんですよね。私、あっち行ってます。行こう、ウキ。
It gets scary after this. Arimura pulled Uki away by the hand. Uki turned and looked at me, concerned.
ありがとう、ウキ。もう大丈夫だ。有村もありがとうな。
I kind of want to turn it back up now. It's like I want to be able to hear it when like they do focus on that part. I'm sorry, this may destroy your hearing. I don't know. I guess they had to like turn it up for that immersive effect. Okay, guys.
必ずクルス先輩を見つけてくださいね。
はあ、二人も4日になったら絶対に離れるなよ。トイレもだぞ。
Even in the bathroom.
何かあったら大声で叫べ。すぐに行く。
はい、お願いします。
期待しないで待ってます。
Once I'd made sure that Arimura and Uki had gone up to the dining room, I started to check all the parts of the video with white noise. I'm on 4% now. I'm gonna go to... Actually, I'm gonna turn it back down when he goes back to review the video. There we go. It might still be a bit loud though. Here we go. Okay, so we're actually listening to the streamer while he's away from the mic. Not here. What was that knocking sound? Not here either. I guess people heard the knocking sound? No, there was nothing here. Or in this scene. That's when he's chopping his arm up, I think. Nothing here either. There are small sounds mixed in with the irritating white noise. It was harder than it looked to focus all your nerves on them. My hearing started to fade and I started to lose my sense of balance. My head felt heavy and I suddenly had a terrible headache. I grit my teeth and fought through the pain. Kurusu had gone through this and in the end she found something. I had to do the same thing. And then, I heard a tiny voice. Or noise. Tiny noise. I paused the video without even realizing I'd done so. What was it? I put my finger on the earphone in my right ear and pushed it in deeper so I could hear better. Tiny voice. Maybe it was a voice. I then used my left hand to move the video back and pressed play again. It was the scene where Uotani was cutting what he described as cheese beneath the dim fluorescent lights. In between the sounds of the knife, I could hear something else. I played the video again. Oh my god! It's that, oh, the ghetto froggy strap that she has. She was squeezing it at that moment. Why was she squeezing it at that moment? Why was she playing with it at that time? I knew that sound. I heard it very recently, very close to me. I played it again and again. I concentrated everything I had on picking out the tiny noise from amidst the noise. What? I finally realized what it was, and suddenly I felt a cold pillar of ice pressed against my spine. No, you could call it sheer terror if you wanted to. My hands shook and sweat poured out of every pore in my body. It felt like the room was spinning. So it was Sedeka this whole time. I slammed my shaking hands down on the desk and the pain finally got them to do what I wanted. It took me several tries, but I finally managed to open my Pokécom and power it on. I yanked out the headphones from the PC and plugged an audio cable into my Pokécom. What gave it off? When the knife was kind of chopping, you could hear just one squeeze, like the ghetto froggy strap squeak. Like I heard it too. Like, did you hear it? Did you guys hear it? No, no, no. I kept screwing it up and managed to load that scene into an audio editing software. I set the volume to maximum and set it on repeat. Here we go. You might be able to isolate the noise a bit better. And then I hit the play button, my hands still shaking. It was Sedeka all along. Oh my god, so she really was one of the suspects that he put up on the board. I heard that he was cutting cheese and I tuned out. Oh, that, I heard that. Yeah. So it was that sound effect. So only they would recognize that because they've been around Sedeka for so long that they know that she plays with that thing, right? I slammed the Pokécom down on the floor and called her on my phone. The phone rang and rang. Once, twice, 3 times. She probably did. Okay, I'm gonna turn it back up. I think we're safe from extravagantly loud videos. But, I don't remember what I had it at, but good enough, right? Good enough. It kept ringing. 6 times? 7? 8? It was as if she was ignoring me. I ended the call and this time I pulled up Kurusu's number. I tapped the call number, but I got the same result.
なんでだよ。
They kept ignoring me. No matter how long I waited, I couldn't hear Kurusu's voice. Okay, I might be able to turn it up a little more. His anguished scream wasn't really that loud. There we go. Few percentages more there. I hung up the phone and ran out of the room without even knowing where I was going. November 4th, 2015. Wednesday. Doomsday. The fated day. The roof was normally a place for students to laugh and talk, but under the cold moonlight, the empty benches seemed silent and sad. Kurusu looked at the benches and shivered once more. It wasn't just because of the cold, it was because she had realized that this place was truly empty. Of course it was. No one was allowed here at this hour. It was an isolated place where the warm light didn't reach, only the cold light did. No matter what happened here, the rest of the world wouldn't care. It wouldn't exist outside of this place. It was so perfect for her that it was almost sad, Kurusu thought. While Kurusu was waiting for her to arrive, she hadn't been thinking about the case. Strangely, she'd been thinking about her family and friends. What had she always said to her family before she'd left to come here in the morning? Did they smile? Did the younger students who'd helped with the student council's work? The talks she'd had with her classmates about the latest fads? The brief fights in the lunchroom, forgotten as soon as the bell rang to tell them to go back to class? Each time she started to lapse too deep into her memories, a cold wind would blow and pull her back to reality. And then she'd realize something with a self-abasing laugh. She knew it. The reason Nono wasn't thinking about the case was because that part of her was sure she already knew everything. If she asked, she would get the fatal answer that would lay bare the truth. And once she'd heard the answer, a strong wind blew as if to carry away her thoughts, and she closed her eyes for a moment. There goes the door, and when she opened them, she heard the sound of a rusty door opening.
のんちゃん？
Seneca. Her lips twisted a little when she heard her say it.
のんちゃんか。
It made her mad to hear herself called that. She felt heat rising from the bottom of her stomach. It was time to begin.
本当に悪かったわね。こんなところに呼び出して。ね、尾上。
Ooh. She reverted to her last name,
のんちゃん？
which is a sign of like coldness. Ooh. Did she realize that Kurusu was using a different name? Or did she sense something instinctively? I think all of the above. Seneca repeated herself, this time with a suspicious look on her face. She tried to get closer, but a glance from Kurusu stopped her. Seneca froze.
答えなさい。あなたなの？
何が？
答えなさい。
Kurusu repeated her words to her former best friend, the one person outside her family that she called by first name. But Seneca's expression didn't change. It was the same face Kurusu knew so well. Same look as when Seneca brought a crepe and was wondering what was inside. Thinking back, the two of them went shopping together all the time. Onoe had insisted that she looked fine without makeup, and Kurusu had insisted on buying her some anyway. It had been a lot of fun. And they were always together in the club. She'd argued against Takuru's reckless plans and stopped Kazuki from pounding the walls, and the two of them had always been amazed at the stupid things Ito said. But they'd always been laughing together. But
第一の事件。あそこにいたのはあなたよね。
I just noticed that the music's kind of on the lower side. I might have lowered it a bit.
ちゃん、さっきから何を。
映像に音が入ってた。私のよく知ってる音がね。
In the Don't Look at Me video, she'd heard that strange sound that Setika's ghetto froggy made. Setika had a bad habit of unconsciously fiddling with it whenever she was focusing on something. Kurusu took a step forward to stop herself from falling over, and glared at Setika with a challenge in her eyes. That's right, Kurusu was glaring at Setika.
ちょっとなあちゃん。
答えなさいって言ってるでしょ。
Setika staggered back at the sound of her loud footsteps. Finally, her expression changed. There was fear in it.
ユイは私たちの家族から消えてしまった。死んでしまったの。もう帰ってこないの。どうしてあんなことをしたの。
Setika stayed quiet, the terrified expression still on her face. Was she really terrified by Kurusu? Or was she trying to fool her? Or... Why didn't she bring Hinae with her? Hinae has that truth-telling ability, I don't know. Kurusu took another step forward.
8年前のあの日、あの病院の地下にあなたはいたの？タクルと一緒に本当にいたの？答えられないわよね。だってあなたは絶対にあそこにはいなかったもの。それは私が一番よく知ってる。
See, I don't know why Kurusu knows this fact, so I hope she'll shine some light on why she knows this fact for certainty.
それじゃあ、あなたは一体誰？
Kurusu's question was something she'd wondered about ever since Onoe had said she'd gone into that basement with him. It was the one last thing she'd been unsure of, which she'd kept quiet about to protect her own secret. Until a little while ago, it had seemed like it didn't matter. She was willing to go her whole life without finding out, because Setika Onoe was someone she loved. But now...
言いなさい。あなたは誰？
Yeah, because, I mean, if she has that kind of ability, she could have very well inserted herself as a memory into everyone's memories and acted as if, and made it out like as if she'd been there all along. But Setika said nothing, not a word. Does she really not know anything? The thought crossed her mind for a moment, but she quickly kicked it away. That was just what she wanted to believe. She had suspicions about Setika for a long time, but she ignored them because she was too afraid to ask, and the result of that had been Yui's death. Kurusu raised her hands and brought them together as if offering up a prayer. In the next moment... Oh, what? 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 Is that a weapon? Is she a psychic? She brought them down, hard and straight, as if swinging a sword. Setika moved back, just a little. Her movement might have looked like a pure reflex, but Kurusu didn't miss it, which meant...
やっぱりそうなのね。
Wait, so they're all psychics? What the fuck? That was the answer to everything.
そうだったのね。
Oh, wow, her expression changed. Setika's face became blank and expressionless. She didn't frown or sigh at her own failure. Her manner became that of a beautiful doll. She was right. She'd been ready for it, but she still couldn't help but cry. Ooh, the soundtrack. She tried to stop herself. She grit her teeth, but Setika's gaze wasn't fixed on her anymore. She stood legs apart, as if judging the distance between herself and the thing in the seemingly empty space between them.
間違いない。
She saw it. And now it was Setika's turn to look into her eyes. Her eyes were different than Kurusu had ever seen before. It was as if they saw everything.
違う。
Suddenly, Kurusu knew. It wasn't just a smile. Her eyes did see everything. That was telepathy. Or telepathy. A terrible, twisted power which exposed all of your most treasured secrets. She heard the sound of herself clenching her jaw, and then she forgot the tears and turned herself over to the rage that was boiling within her. Telepathy. It had been 6 years since she'd real-booted it, and it was almost sad how easily it came into her hand. Wait, so she's been a psychic for 6 years all along? What the fuck? How does she hide this fact? Because all along we thought that she wasn't, so she was just pretending she didn't see it before? Like she was pretending not to be a psychic? But then how come Hinai didn't pick that up? Like Hinai's ability all this time seemed to have not really helped them very much when it should have. The Dai Sword, a monstrous blade that only those with the power to make delusions real could wield. She refused to look away from the light that she'd never wanted to see again as she pointed the blade at her opponent. Mind blown. Right? All these revelations. Whoa, her voice is so different. Her voice made Kurusu shiver. And a blade even more wicked than her voice appeared in Setika's hands, opening like a blooming poisonous flower. It was beautiful. For a moment she was blinded by the beauty of the weapon. She forgot that it threatened to cut into her soft flesh. Setika leapt off to the ground. The distance between them was closed in an instant. Kurusu brought down her own sword as hard as she could without even time to follow her movements. That battle cry. And as she screamed, she could hear her own voice. Whoa. By the time she realized she was talking to Takuru, it was already too late. The light flashed in front of her as if driving the thought from her mind. Oh, did she get stabbed? What chance does she stand against a telepathic user because she would be able to read all her moves? Why? Why, Setika? The same thought kept going through my head like I was an idiot. I couldn't think. Why? What was she doing at a murder scene? Omae mo shindeiru. The saliva caught in my throat as I moaned in pain. It took a lot of effort to keep myself from falling over. Damn it, I didn't have time to waste here. I stopped as I heard a sound. I was in front of a familiar place, but it wasn't the one I'd been coming to. I was on my way from Aobodor to Setika's condo in Daikinyama. I saw something strange in the corner of my eye and looked up at the school building. The school at night was an imposing sight, and on top, I could see a feeble light like a fluorescent bulb that was about to burn out. Now, the chances of being able to catch that from the floor of the school, the ground floor. I started to run, dragging my feet forward as I went. I raced up the stairs of the building without even bothering to take off my shoes. The lights in the yard illuminated my face with a certain rhythm as I ran, but that light was something different. That strange, dull light. I made it to the top of the stairs and slammed straight into the door. I yanked it open, trying my best not to think about what I'd find beyond. The first thing I saw wasn't the light of the Dai Sword, but the red. My heart beat loudly once, and then all was silence. I didn't feel anything at all. It was as if I'd totally frozen at what I'd seen. Oh my god. She was lying on the ground in front of me. Her clothes were red. Oh no, not Kurisu. Or Kurusu. Wow, she'd gotten her pretty good. Someone was in front of her, looking over their shoulder at me. No, not someone. I knew her, but she looked different than I'd ever seen before, and the deadly weapon in her hands made me shiver. And that weapon was deeply, deeply. A strong wind blew towards the open door. It was as if someone was trying to push me back in, as if they were trying to get me away from the threat in front of me. She'll kill you too. Run away, now. Was the voice I heard an illusion, or was it the person I cared about? Let's get a good look of his anguish face. Suddenly all sound disappeared. My head hurt like hell. I ignored it. All the doubts I'd had, all the feelings that had told me it was a lie, I left them all behind me. Behind? It was only when I saw the distance between us was closing rapidly that I realized I had started running. A meaningless scream poured from my throat. I could tell from the way my throat was vibrating, but I couldn't hear the sound at all. I kept running, but everything seemed to be passing by in slow motion. I felt a pulsing in my brain. My hand reached out for nothing at all. Until now, I'd never been able to touch it, but now I could grab it easily. What was I touching? What was I holding? Some fragment of useless rationality was still within me, asking me these stupid questions. I was holding the thing that was going to slice her apart. My own delusions made manifest by real booting. A twisted blade that weighed nothing at all. When I swung the die sword, it was more than close enough to hit her. She had already turned around and raised her die sword from up but below. Why did she have a sword too? I didn't know. But before I could think about it, I brought down my weapon with all my strength. Setaka blocked it without making a sound. No, that wasn't right. My die sword stopped before she could block it. Right before it would hit her.
どうした?
I heard a voice I'd never heard before. I saw a look I'd never seen before. I couldn't move. She hadn't done anything to me. There was no mind control. I was the one in control. But my hands had stopped as if they'd struck an invisible wall. Why? Why?
来ないのか?
Why couldn't I move? So this would explain before. I remember he was saying like how he was always comforted by Setaka because she always seemed to know all the right things to say to comfort him. So this is why she was able to read his mind. My feelings caught up to me. My reason came back, and my heart finally started to scream. Why would Setaka do this? Oh snap, right? That's cheating, I know, right? It's Hexers. The pounding headache I'd forgotten came back and I fell to my knees. My head felt like it was going to split. I grabbed it with both hands. At some point, my die sword had disappeared. The wheel that I'd tried to strike Setaka with was already gone. I dug my nails in and closed my eyes. I could feel the veins in my forehead with my hands. I felt something sticky on my knees, and I smelled the mild perfume. It was the same as before when my little sister had been killed and ripped apart. It was the blood of someone who was every bit as important to me as my little sister, Nono Kurusu. Who had done this? Who had come at her with a blade and cold eyes? I tried to use my rage to drive it all away, but I couldn't. I heard a wordless voice. I forced my eyes to open. Setaka was already gone. I looked around with blurry eyes, but there was no light from the die sword and no sign of her at all. I crawled over to Kurusu.
Kurusu!
Wait, Setaka disappeared? She was crying. Big tears fell silently from her unlit eyes. Her chest was stained red, and each time she breathed, more blood came out. I pushed my hands up against her wounds. It was the first time in my life I had touched a girl's chest. It was so soft, but the dark, sticky liquid kept pouring out and staining my hands red. I don't know what to do at a time like this. How can I save her? She was going to suffocate. As she started to cough, I put my hand behind her head and quickly turned it to the side. Blood poured forth from her mouth and fell onto the ground. Oh no, I know. She's dying. I tried my best to hold the wound closed. Okay? How is this okay? She was bleeding so much. She was in so much pain. Use your mind to close her wound. I don't know. Kurusa's face twisted and she started to cry again. And? I wonder what Kurusa's ability was. Because we still don't know what her ability is. It's so sad, but also so squishy. Are you talking about her chest? She suddenly grabbed the hand that was on her chest, and her grip was so weak. In that moment, I felt an indescribable chill in my heart. Surprisingly squishy. Be stronger. It's like you're going to die. Her breathing was getting so shallow that she couldn't speak, but she tried to grab my hand and bring it next to her head. But it looked like she shook her head just a little, and then she slowly brought my hand to her face and put it to her lips. The red from my fingers clung to her purple lips and shone like beautiful gloss. The sensation in my fingers was soft but terribly cold. And then I knew. Yeah, she was going to die after all. Her hand moved away from mine and fell to the ground.
Momo.
The name fell from my lips. It was the first time I'd said it in half a year.
Oi. Nono.
It was the name of my big sister who'd always protected me.
Okiro yo. Nono!
I lifted her up and held her tightly in my arms. She didn't move at all. I called her name again and again, knowing that from now on she would never answer me. No. At some point, midnight had passed and it was November 4th. The last of the return of the new Generation Madness murders had occurred right before my eyes.
たった今、警察から異例の発表がありました。実名による未成年の指名手配です。発表によりますと、警察は本日11月4日午前0時30分、現在東京都渋谷区で起こっている一連の猟奇事件の重要参考人として。
Wait, I bet you it's gonna be a warrant for him, Takuru.
私立碧峰学園3年、宮代拓君を
I
全国
knew
指
it.
名手配しました。
I knew
繰り
it.
返しお伝えします。
I knew it. He was gonna get set up for this. Whoa, what is this? I lost my balance and fell over. I couldn't use my hands to break my fall, so a sharp pain raced through my shoulder instead. Some ashes got into my mouth too. I tried to get up, but the weight and warmth on my back wouldn't let me. What? Serika? Serika hadn't woken up for a while. She was breathing. I could feel the beating of her heart. She was fine. I could taste blood as well as ash. I must have cut my lip when I fell. Wait, what is going on here? Obviously it's like we've sort of fast forwarded these events here. He's carrying Serika? I somehow managed to stand up without dropping Sedaka, cursing as I did so. I couldn't just stay lying on the ground here. My goal, Tokyo General Hospital in Yoyogi, was a long ways away. It was fine. I would get there, no matter what. Neither Sedaka nor I were going to die here. I saw people crowding around what probably used to be a store. I heard what sounded like someone calling for help, and someone else saying they'd brought water from a broken vending machine. It was evidently being used as a temporary shelter. I was thirsty. I wanted water. No, I couldn't. That wasn't my priority. I knew that. I had lots of scrapes and small cuts, but none of my wounds were fatal. In an emergency like this, the most important thing wasn't water or food. It was finding a safe place. I'd learned that on the internet one time. Oh, yes. Internet is a very, ideal place to learn all your survival tactics. And since I didn't know what was wrong with Sedaka, she needed a specialist to look at her. There was no telling what might happen here in Shibuya. It was better to head to AH General in Yoyogi. I ignored them and passed by. I licked the back of my cuspid so that my body would make more saliva and I'd feel less thirsty. That was another trick I learned. I wasn't ignorant like the rest of these people. Something seemed strange. I suddenly realized that I knew some of the voices from the shelter. I looked and saw that they belonged to my classmates. I almost never went to school, but I vaguely recognized a few members of the school, or the group. There was an adult woman lying on the ground in between them. There was blood coming from her stomach and her head. My heart skipped a beat. I just barely managed to stop myself from falling over. My classmates seemed to be trying to save her. They were each taking turns holding down on her injuries, not caring that their hands would be covered with blood. Why? Why are you doing that? All you ever do is talk about stupid crap and you never listen to me. Why aren't you panicking? You guys don't know anything, right? About priorities or cuspids? Why aren't you screaming? Why aren't you running? Why are you so calm? You never did anything useful with your time. You can't even use the internet. All of your information is low quality. One of them saw me and ran over. Then he started to ask if I had water, if I was all right, if I could help. Each new question came before I had a chance to answer the last one. I'd seen his face, but I didn't know his name. So how did he know my name? How could he remember at a time like this? Wait, I wonder if this is back then, we're winding back? Oh no, I know, but the date said November 4th, 2015, so... The word got stuck in my throat and I couldn't get it out. I didn't even know what I was trying to ask. I didn't know how he'd interpreted my response, but he suddenly started yelling. Aw, Damien Deleterus with that hearty raid of 4 kittens. Hello? Hello, everybody. You guys have just raided in time for like a... I wouldn't call this a spectacular ending, but we're getting close to the ending of this game, I think. Hola! Hola! Yeah, you have raided into a dirty weeb visual novel. What up? What is this? It's a visual novel. It's like an anime kind of visual novel game. Although game is very loosely termed here. It's more like me reading a lot of stuff. And then he grabbed my arm and told me to come with him. Cassie's baby, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Wait, the woman's hurt. I have to save her. No, I have to get to AH General Hospital. I saw lots of injured people on the way here. That's right. This place was dangerous. My top priority was finding someplace safe. That was what my information told me. No matter how hard he pulled, I didn't move. Nothing moved, actually. I felt like I was outside my body, watching him pull it. Why wasn't I moving? Was I scared? Of course I was scared. If she was hurt, I should help her. Like my classmates were. Wait, I wasn't like them, right? I was a right-sider. Doki Doki Literature Club, lol. Have you actually played that game? You're welcome. Hello, madame. Hello, Cass. No, they were doing the right thing. I should help them. I'm actually really confused by this section. Like, the game suddenly shifted to this section and now we're here. I couldn't move. What should I do? Wow. That was really mean. He spat out the words as he let go of my arm. He ran back to his friends and they all started to take turns pressing down on our injuries again. He whispered something to them and they all looked at me for a moment. There was disgust in their eyes. Their eyes said more than words ever could. I hope I never end up like him, they said. What is this? Is this like a memory or something? Doki Doki got dark AF. I mean, this game is getting kind of dark too. We just found out like something really incredible. I've only ever seen the Game Grumps play all the way through. Lol. Oh, the Doki Doki literature game? Yeah, I played that one. It was very, very interesting. Not because I had to get to the hospital, because I wanted to get away. I don't remember where I ran. Each time someone was lying on the ground begged me for help, I ran faster and in a different direction. I closed my eyes so I couldn't see anything, then tripped. I held my ears so I couldn't hear anything. My body was shaking. I felt coldness pressing in from all around me like I'd never felt before. Why was I running? I was the right-sider. While they were learning about useless nonsense at school, I was becoming smarter than them. I should be the one looking down on them. It's so relaxing. She's so much better at voicing over than Mary. Who? The Game Grumps? I thought the Game Grumps were dudes. I didn't get too far in Doki Doki because of all the reading. Oh. Yeah, visual novels be like that, you know. I hang around in Doki as if it was good. I hang around in Doki? What do you mean, hang around? You're dark. I don't know what's going on. I knew lots of things they didn't. I should go back and tell them what to do. Were they treating her injuries right? Were they doing it in the right order? I could make the right decisions. I don't know what's going on here, guys. Wait, his mom's alive, so this is a memory. I was very surprised when I saw who'd just spoken to me. It was my mom and dad. So yeah, this is like when he's younger. Only then did I realize where I was. Back in the past. It was this shelter outside AH Tokyo General Hospital. I'd made it. Dad motioned to Mom and I to keep moving. What? I didn't hear anything about that. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Katanas. I don't do voiceover very well. Lol, you have a nice voice. But yeah, it's visual novels are a lot of reading, so if you don't enjoy like reading, then visual novels are probably going to be a hard sell for you. When she grabbed my arm, the sensation from earlier came back and I shook her off. What's going on here? Saved? Wait, what about the girl he was carrying? Mom screamed and pulled me along behind her as she followed Dad. I went too, my legs moving as if they weren't my own. From the hell I'd just seen? I was saved? By people who had never cared about me before? What's going on? Zelda does a lot of reading. Oh, yeah, probably that too. But at least Zelda is interspersed with, like, action and adventure sequences, you know? I'm more of a dub guy, but this is interesting. Yeah. There was a sharp pain in my head. I mean, I think there's visual novels out there that are in English dub too. Maybe? Not that I've ever played it in English dub. I shook off her arm. My mom was screaming, but I didn't know what she said. I couldn't hear. My head hurt and I didn't know why. My vision started to blur and I could feel my body starting to go numb. My nails were digging into my head, but I couldn't feel them. I tried to think through the pain. Saved? Me? Why? These people had always neglected me. Now they were going to save me? Why? You two just happened to find me here, which means you two were going to leave me, right? You ignored me for so long and now you're going to save me? And I'm supposed to accept that? A pain shot through my temples like I was being stabbed with something sharp. No, no! That wasn't what you were supposed to say. This isn't what's supposed to happen to me. This isn't the information I'm supposed to get. All the wrong-siders in the class were doing the right thing and looking down on me? I'm a right-sider. I'm the person who's supposed to know what to do when everything goes wrong. I'm not like those preening jackasses online. I actually went on a dangerous adventure, and they looked at me like I was less valuable than some random meme and joke site? Lol. And now you people are going to save me? You. The people who just gave me 1,000 yen instead of taking me out to dinner on my birthday? Oh my god. 1,000 yen is equivalent to, like, $10. They gave their son $10 on his birthday. That's sad. That is so sad. And like, I think he was 10 years old at the time, around that time, like grade 4. That's a very sad birthday present. If it's a book, I'm fine, but when I play games, I want to play something. I mean, that's understandable. They gave him it because they couldn't join him. Huh? I don't know. I'm really confused at this part. I think we've swapped over to like a memory of his. So that's why. That sounds like something I was given as a kid. Aw, no, Cass. Hell no. I'm not the kind of person who gets saved by parents who don't even want him. I forgot his parents were actually quite neglectful of him. Shut up. You're the ones who are in the way. What can I do? What do I want to do? Why am I here? I thought of my childhood friend. That's right. Where's Serika? I'd come here to save Serika. I couldn't feel her on my back through the pain in my head. That's right. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm saving someone's life. Serika will understand that. She always tells me I'm right. She always understands what I have to do. Who is Serika? The pain went beyond my capacity to endure it. My whole field of vision went white. Ow. Let's burn our eyes in the middle of night. Shut up, you people just... go away forever. I thought $10 was a lot though. I guess back then, but you have to remember this was... when was this? 2015... 18, so 8 years later, or 8 years ago, so 2007 or 2008. That's when he was given $10. I don't know if $10 was a lot in 2008, you know. I think that says Tokyo Municipal Hospital. Monster Energy Drink is a game mechanic. Is it? Is it? I figured out the exchange rate of yen to dollars by taking the yen amount and taking 2 zeros off, and that's the approximate USD amount. Yeah, pretty much. That is pretty much how you figure it out. And yeah, this is supposed to be the hospital that they're at, secret. Serika, save me. Please, please. I wonder, since Takuru's ability, his psychic ability, is to manifest things... Well, actually no, it's more to move things around. Or maybe his ability is actually deeper than that, like it's to make something become real? And maybe Serika is his creation? I don't know. Oh my god. Chapter 10, Seneca Onoi. There's still more to this game. I thought we were getting close to the end.
重要参考人である宮代拓郎くんの情報は入ってきておりません。
I might have to save this next chapter for tomorrow.
なお、未成年の実名を明かした上で指名手配に踏み切った理由ですが、警察側は事件の重要性を鑑みての判断と発表しており、
Monster Energy is a game mechanic? You playing Death Stranding too? I always ask for a game every year from my family. Lol, I usually get the GS gift card now, except everyone is broke now. Lol, my babe got me a Switch and Mario Maker too. That is insane. That is so insane. I wish someone would give me a Switch for my birthday. Christmas present. I've been waiting like a couple years to like go and pick up a Switch. So maybe this year. Maybe this year. I stayed up for 2 more hours and still not ending. I know, Mr. Bum. I thought we were getting close, but you know, I have no idea. This is a blind playthrough. I'm blind. I have no idea where the end is at. I woke up with a dull ache in my head and an unpleasant sound in my ears. I must have been sweating. My clothes were wet and sticky. Should I just keep going, or should I like save this chapter for tomorrow? Hello, what's up, Liverpool? How you doing? I've been waiting too, but Animal Crossing. Aw, that would be so like above and beyond if someone ever did that. That would be like above and beyond. And Casbeth? Is it Casbeth? Thank you so much for that follow. Really appreciate it. I'm good. Up to you, but I'm gonna get ready to sleep. I know, I think everyone's getting kind of sleepy. I mean, I could keep going. I'm not like super tired. I'd never seen the ceiling or smelled these smells before, but then I remembered. This was Frisia, Momose's company. I don't, like, now that it started a new chapter, I don't know how close I am to the end. These chapters are quite significantly long. And just waking up, lol. Booth? It's up to you. Alrighty. Bath? I didn't feel like I'd slept at all. I put my hand on the cushions of the sofa I'd been lying on and slowly sat up. Because it's like the worst when like I go too far in a game and then I stop just right before the ending and then I start it up in another stream and it's only like 30 minutes left or like 15 minutes left. It's like, oh, I was that close to the end. you know, don't you just hate that? But I don't like to spoil things, so I don't like try and look up like how long a game's gonna take or where I might be at in the game because it kind of like sort of takes away from the immersion of the game, you know? When the last moments of my dream came flashing back to me, I looked at my hands. I could still feel the sensation of her motionless, but still warm and living body. My hands were shaking, but they were the color of human skin. Back then, they'd been stained dark red. Stained with nonos. Yeah, he suddenly went from like holding Nono, who was dying, on top of the school roof, and then he was dreaming about his past. And apparently Seneca was in his memories. And then you're like, well then, what do I play now? Actually, that kind of was what happened tonight. Like, I was playing Dark, and I thought I would probably get about 4 hours out of that game, and then I finished it in like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I was like, oh, well, I didn't plan anything for after this. Code Vein or Cyber Sleuth. Maybe Code Vein. I don't know what Cyber Sleuth is, but I kind of wanted to try playing AI Somnius Files. That one's got my interest. Digimon. Is there such a game? Harimura was sitting on the sofa across from me. She winced when she looked at me.
すいません。大丈夫なわけないですよね。コーヒーでも入れます？
She stood up. I didn't want any. I didn't feel like eating or drinking or anything. But I couldn't even muster up the energy to refuse. That's how exhausted I was.
法務省人権擁護局や弁護士連合会、また各種人権団体も今回の実名報道に関しては 事実上黙認と取れる声明を発表しており、世論も肯定的な方向に傾きつつあります。
Wow. They must think we are a very dangerous person if they feel like it's okay to like release our information, even though we're a minor.
まるで6年前と同じだわね。
6 years ago.
西条匠ですか？
Kumi.
ええ。ニュージェネレーションの狂気の犯人として祭り上げられ、それを覆して一躍有名人になったあの子。
It finally came to Steam. It's like an episodic cyber detective RPG. Cyber Sleuth? Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. Kunosato and Momose were talking in front of the TV. The people on TV were still saying that I was the one who was behind the killings. It didn't seem real. When they said my name, it felt like they were referring to some other Takuru Miyashiro who lived somewhere else in the world. Momose looked over at me.
おはよう。
I tried to say something back, but the words got caught in my throat. It felt as if I said something, all the feelings balled up inside me would come pouring out at once.
新庄ちゃんから連絡があったわ。報道では重要参考人になってるけど、なぜか警察はあなたを一連の事件の主犯と断定したみたい。
クルス・ノノを殺害した犯人としてもな。
Damn.
クルス・ノノの司法解剖記録を極秘で回してもらったが、お前に不利な証拠ばかりだ。
Wow.
多分捏造でしょうね。そもそも正規の手続きすら踏まれていないから。
Autopsy report. I couldn't process the phrase. I heard it, but it didn't make sense.
お前がここにいることはまだバレていない。警察は碧峰学園と青葉寮を中心に。
Anime's Way's been watching MHA. What is MHA again? Dr. Stone and Fire Force plus a couple of others animes. I don't think I've seen any of that. Wait, maybe I've heard of briefly Fire Force. But I don't know of Dr. Stone. Oh, My Hero Academy. Oh, okay. My Hero Academy. Gotcha. Load that fees. Boku no Hero. Oh yeah, Boku no Hero. I haven't been keeping up with that one. I've been or very, very recently, or literally yesterday, I was watching Tokyo Ghoul. I was trying to finish watching that one. Boku no Pico, no, not actually. I haven't. I don't know why I'm saying no. People keep telling me to not watch it, but I haven't actually tried watching it just to see how bad it is. But apparently, by all the rumors, it sounds really, 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 really bad. I could tell they were saying something to me, but I couldn't figure out what.
僕の現状を情報として伝えてくれてるはずなのに。現状の情報
Why? Would it help? It's borderline pedo. This is what I've heard. Help with what? What could it help me solve? No matter what I do, it's too late. Tokyo is okay. Not good, nor bad. It's interesting. The premise is interesting, that's for sure. Kunosato slammed her hand down on the desk. I looked up, surprised.
どうなんだ。心当たりはないのか。
Idea about what?
尾上セリカが行きそうな場所に心当たりはないのかと聞いている。
あなたが丸一日眠っている間にね、新庄ちゃんと一緒に彼女の自宅に踏み込んだのよ。でも誰もいなかった。
Day? So today was November 5th?
部屋にあった PC からデータをコピーして持ち出したんだけど、結局手がかりなし。居所の見当すらつかないの。しかもあなたが犯人と断定されてしまったものだから、いくら新庄ちゃんが頑張っても彼女を公に捜査することができなくなった。
Damn.
警察から何から動きがおかしい。完全にはめられたな。
I put that in another stream just now by mistake. Lol. They're like, what are you talking about? Tokyo? What?
こうなると手がかりはお前だけだ。尾上セリカと幼馴染だったのなら何かあるだろう。
But are we her childhood friend? Did she maybe set that up from the beginning? Inserting memories, false memories? We don't know. They didn't care, to be honest. Lol. Sedeka's childhood friend. Yeah, that's right. Sedeka was my childhood friend. She had always been with me since I was little. We did everything together. So why? Why was Sedeka... It's the only reason I'd like to keep going. It's like I want to know what the fuck her motivation was for all this. Like, what is all the motivation for all this? Kunosato grabbed me and pulled me close enough that I could feel her breath on my face. Like, who is Sedeka Onoe?
いい加減にしろ。せっかくのチャンスを無駄にさせる気か。ずっと探してきたギガロマニアックスのシリアルキラーがようやく正体を見せたんだ。そこから糸をたぐっていけば奴らに繋がる可能性が。
いい加減にしてください。
A loud voice echoed off the walls of the room. I thought Arimoto had gone to make coffee, but at some point she'd walk over to me and started to glare at Kunosato.
妹さんに続いてクルス先輩をお姉さんを亡くしたばかりなんですよ。それなのに。
有村。
Come to think of it, she'd been really worried about Kurusu, so I'd promised that I would find her. So why? Why did this happen? She glanced at me for just an instant and her lips were trembling.
もう少し言い方があるでしょ、久野里さん。
相変わらずだな、お前は。
何がですか？
兄弟のこととなるとすぐにカッとなる。
Arimoto swallowed her words. It was as if she'd been stabbed. She clenched her fists tight as if trying to stop herself from doing something she might regret.
私は優しくできる人間が限られている。その中にお前たちギガロマニアックスは入ってないんだよ。
Konosato let go of me and spoke, her voice as cold as ever.
最低。
お前相手に嘘をついても仕方がない。私は犯人を捕まえてその裏にあるものを暴き出せればそれでいいんだ。
Also, I don't know why Kunosato hates us so much. So
だからって。
there's another motivation that we don't know about. Why is she so driven? Arimoto's phone vibrated in her pocket. She looked annoyed when she took it out, but her expression changed when she saw the screen. She tapped the screen and put the phone up to her ear.
もしもし、ウキ？大丈夫？そっか。あ、ちょっと待って。その前に花に代わって。
Uki, Hana. Come to think of it, where were they right now? Was something terrible happening to them because of me? Arimoto was speaking crisply and clearly into the phone while I was still struggling to even think. She reminded me a lot of Kurusu.
花、聞いてるよね。こっちはまだ動きようがないの。だから、そのままウキとユウトくんについててあげて。ユウトくんもだけど、ウキ、かなり参ってるから、お願い。じゃあ、ウキを出して。
Hey, who's Hannah? She handed me the phone. Oh my god, I'm forgetting who Hannah is.
宮代先輩の声、聞きたいって言ってます。何か話してあげてください。
I took the phone and gently put it up to my ear.
もしもし。
あ、タクルさんですか。ウキです。
Her voice was even weaker than usual. I could hear a tiny noise behind her.
ごめんな、ウキ。僕のせいで。
いえ、私は大丈夫です。でも、マスコミの人がものすごく増えて、あと、警察の人が来て、タクルさんの部屋や、ののさんの部屋をいろいろ探していて、それに、先生がどこかへ行ったっきり帰ってこなくて、 私どうすればいいのかもうわからなくて。
Dad hadn't come back? Were the police still questioning him?
本当にごめんな。
私こそすいません。
I heard a tiny sniffle on the other end.
タクレさんの方が大変なのに、私しっかりしなきゃいけませんよね。今は私が優斗くんのお姉さんなんだから。
Her voice was strong, but I could still hear the tears.
宮代先輩、そろそろ青葉寮にいる警官が会話を聞きつけたらまずいです。バレます。
Arimata took the phone from me. She talked with Uki a little while more, and then hung up. I couldn't forget the sound of Uki's tears, and then I finally realized that all I'd done was apologize. I hadn't said anything to make her feel better. My home, Al Badorim, was being ripped apart by police officers looking for clues. I could imagine Uki and Yuto there sobbing and not knowing what to do.
ダメだ。
Yeah, especially because there's no adult there either to like help assure them. The next thing I knew, I was staggering forward. I got off the sofa and headed for the front door.
宮代先輩、
Kurusu was gone. So was Yui. So I had to be there, or Uki and Yuto. My hand touched the doorknob, and I slowly opened the door. Everything started to feel less and less real, and I watched my body move like a character in a movie.
宮代ちゃん？
どこへ行くつもりだ？
To Aobo Dorm. If I don't go quick, Uki and Yuto.
待ってください。外へ出ちゃダメです。
Arima grabbed my arm.
報道ではまだ写真は出てませんけど、ネットにはあちこちに顔写真が貼られてしまってるんです。
話してくれ。
Arima screamed and her hand was knocked away.
先輩。
It was only when I saw the look of shock on her face that I realized I'd used my power. I could see the die sword, the symbol of my useless power which I couldn't even protect the girl I loved.
なんだよ。こんなもの。
Damn it. Damn it. My body started running on its own. I ran out of Frisia without knowing what would happen if I left. Uh-oh. I hadn't run that far, but my muscles were starting to scream. I couldn't stop moving. Things in front of the train station were the same as ever. Nobody noticed me. There was a picture of my face out there, right? So why didn't anyone notice me? I didn't understand. Had it all really happened? Or did everyone here not know what had happened yesterday night? The police were at Al Badorim ripping apart the place I loved? They decided I was the killer and they'd even searched Nono's room? That night I'd asked Shinjo to let me take Nono's body to the hospital. My memories cut out after that, and I could only remember a few things. I remembered being taken to Frisia and screaming and sobbing there. And then, that's right. That's when I'd heard the news that I was wanted as a person of interest in the case. God damn it. Damn it. Momose had given me something to drink and some medicine. It was probably a sleeping pill or something, to calm me down and keep me quiet. I didn't want to sleep, because Kurusu, the one I loved, was dead. And it was Sedaka Onoe, my childhood friend, who'd killed her. How could I sleep? But I'd spent the whole day on a sofa asleep. I ran. I was too tired to run straight, but my body was heavy like lead and wasn't doing what I told it, but I kept running. No one noticed me. A warrant? What the hell? Why would I kill Nono? I staggered, tripped, and fell. I must have skinned my knee because it started to feel like it was burning. Once I fell over, I couldn't get back up. It was all I could do to roll over, and then I realized that I knew this place. School? I looked around and shivered. This was the place. Oh my goodness. Yui's resting spot. This was the place where my best friend had carved my little sister into tiny little pieces. I felt a sudden strong urge to vomit. Was it because I'd been running for so long? Or was it because of my memories of this place? I thought I'd been running the right way, but I was in such a hurry that I'd taken a wrong turn. If this was some kind of trick that God was playing, what the hell was he bringing me here for? Was this his way of telling me that I could go back to that night and reset everything? But that was impossible. With every passing hour, things got worse and there was no changing the past. Yeah, this isn't no Steins Gate, guys. No time traveling. I punched the ground with my full strength, not caring about the pain, again and again. My hands wouldn't stop. I wanted to destroy it, but did I want to destroy the ground or my hand? Or maybe myself or the way I was feeling? I suddenly heard a voice. I looked up and saw two boys about college age. Suddenly, the look on one of the boys' faces changed. He stepped back and dragged the other way. Oh, they probably recognized him. I stood up in surprise. I had no idea who these people were, which meant that my photo really was on the internet. I felt a sharp pain in my stomach when I stood up. It took me a second to realize I'd been kicked. Wow. Brutal. Something hard hit my face, my shoulders, and my stomach again and again. I wiped the blood coming out of my nose with my arms. I couldn't keep my eyes open. He started to get excited and yell as he kicked me. I opened my mouth to tell him that he was wrong just as he kicked me in the stomach and drool and vomit came pouring out. I heard the sound of shattering glass and the impact stopped. Yeah, why didn't he use his power to stop them? Gen-san! Dejubuka. Gen took me by a quiet, lonely route to his fortress, Miyashita Park. Of course, the police had come to the park in droves as well, but Gen and the other homeless had told them nothing. Thanks to them, the cops didn't even know which trailer house was mine yet. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to come here. It felt like a long, long time since I'd come here, even though it hadn't been that long at all. The two boys who'd attacked me must have called the cops because I could hear sirens going by in the distance. This place probably wouldn't be safe forever either. Gen took out another bottle of liquor and started to sip from it. Gen fell silent. He looked at me like he was trying to work himself up to say something and then looked away and took a drink. I'd never seen him like this before. I wrapped my arms around my aching body and waited for him to speak. And after a long time... A pain worse than the one from my injuries ran through my whole body. The news wasn't talking about anything else, so it wouldn't surprise me if Gen knew about it. This time, I could hear what he was trying to say. Was Nono really dead? I sat in the familiar RV, asking myself the question again and again. Gen took sips from his bottle and waited for me. I didn't know how long it took me to do it, but I slowly nodded.
Nono wa mou inai.
I looked down, feeling like I admitted to some horrible, unfixable mistake.
なんでだジョーちゃんは幸せにならなきゃいけねえ子だろうがよ
Aww. I couldn't lift my head at all, but for some reason, I didn't cry. Oh, the sky darkened. The sun set and another hour passed. I never did make it back to Al Badorm. Gen's friends had told me that the police were watching it and it was impossible to even get close. I tried to go anyway, but Gen took a gulp of liquor and said this to stop me.
たくよ今逮捕されちまったらお前の負けっつうもんだぜ
That's true. Gen-san, you're
それ
so
こそ
wizened.
おめえを待ってるジョーちゃんたちがビービー泣くんじゃねえのかあ
Lose. And then I remembered what I'd been thinking the last time I was in this room. It was like the killer was a player in the game, challenging me. That player was, though I still couldn't believe it, my childhood friend. I kept losing to every move she'd made, and she'd stolen the people I cared about. What if I'd been able to win the game? This whole nightmare. It never would have happened, right?
Gen-san, 悪い。手伝ってほしいことあるんだ。
いいぜただし世を雇うには金がかかるつけにしとくからよ全部終わったらちゃんと払えよ
Gen gulped down the last of his alcohol from his cup. Oops. I went with Gen and a few of his friends to a certain condo in Daikanyama, deliberately choosing the routes with the least amount of people. We passed by police officers several times, but because of Gen and the others, no one suspected me.
あそこがそうなのかい
He disguised himself as a bum.
中に入る時だけちょっと手伝ってほしい。あとは僕だけでやれる。
わかったさっさと済ませちまいな
This was Setaka's house. It was where I was headed the night I lost Kurusu. I'd come here a few times, though not often. When I just left Aobodorm and gone to Miyashita Park, I didn't know how to get food or do my laundry, and Setaka had helped me out. I'd used her shower, and sometimes even stayed the night. Of course, nothing had happened between us. I looked up and saw that the lights were off. There was no sign of any police or detectives. Okay, let's go. I took Gen inside and left the others out behind. I went to Setaka's room and used my power to open all the locks. I'd taken Gen with me because I couldn't reboot my power on its own. Gen's eyes had gone wide when he'd seen the door open, but all he said was, guess I must be drinking too much.
ありがとう。もう帰ってくれて大丈夫だよ。
じゃあ気ぃつけてやりな
Gen patted me on the back and left. Once I'd watched him go, I went inside. I tried to sense if someone else was in the room before I turned the lights on. There was no one there, including Setaka. Once I was sure I was alone, I turned on the switch. Which is a pretty nice home. It was a normal room. If anything, it was a little more grown up than you'd expect from a teenage girl. The room wasn't especially messy. Shinjo and the others had supposedly come here once, but they hadn't ransacked the place in their search.
どこへ行ったんだ、尾上。
Momose had said that they found nothing here to indicate where Setaka had gone. I'd come here because I wanted to know what Setaka was really after, but what was I supposed to do now? And when I did find Setaka, what would I do then? Ask questions? If I did, what kind of answers would satisfy me? What kind of answers would be good enough?
満足なんか、納得なんか。
That was impossible. I turned on Setaka's computer without even being sure what I should be looking for. I opened each file I could find and looked inside.
やっぱり何もない。
None of the files were important, just like Mimosa had said. There was a folder marked Newspaper Club that was filled with information about the case, but it was all stuff I'd already seen at school. That's right. What about the drawers? I pulled open each one of them. Oh my god, so many stickers! I flinched back when I saw what was inside. Sumo stickers. Not just one or two. There were tons, and all of them were the real 11th Rorschach.
なんでここに
I barely managed to look away before my vision dimmed and I passed out. When the stickers disappeared from my field of vision, I forced myself to take control before the horrible delusions overcame me. Sweat beaded down my forehead. I quickly tried to shut the drawer, but then I heard a metallic sound inside. I rummaged through the drawer with my hand, taking care not to look at the stickers. I touched something hard and flat. I pulled it out and quickly slammed the drawer shut. What was it? It's his phone.
僕の
It's his phone. It was my phone. And not the new one I was using now. It was the one I dropped at AH Tokyo General Hospital and never found after that. I fearfully turned it on. And I saw the picture I'd set as my wallpaper. It was the photo I'd taken with everyone.
両手を壁につけろ。ゆっくりだ。
What? Suddenly the door opened and I heard the click of a cocking gun behind me. I almost turned around, but a low voice told me to stop.
おかしな真似はするな。言う通りにするんだ。
Wait, is this Shinjo? It sounds almost like Shinjo. Oh no, that was definitely a cop. Was I going to be arrested here? If I was, that would be the end of everything. I wouldn't be able to escape no matter what excuses I tried to make.
ユウト、ユキ、父さん、ごめん。僕はもう家には帰れそうにない。
You're a gigalomaniac. If you use your power, you can escape easily, a tempting voice said from somewhere in my mind. But if I ran, it would mean I was the killer. If it never went to trial, it would look bad.
だったらさ、殺しちゃえば OK だよ、タク。今なら目撃者もいないしね。
What the? Why is Seneca telling us? I heard a voice I recognized in my head. Was I hallucinating from exhaustion? Or was she using telepathy?
貴様、こんなところで一体何を。
The man I thought was a police officer suddenly sounded surprised.
宮代くんか。
It was only then that I realized who it was. I twisted my upper body to look at who was behind me. Shinjo.
新庄さん。
やっぱり宮代くんじゃないか。
I recognized that mundane voice when he was yelling at him.
新庄さん。
I almost collapsed from relief. Shinjo put his gun away inside as he walked over to me.
まったく君はいつも心配かけるんじゃない。
He made a fist and bopped me on the head.
百瀬さんから連絡を受けたときはどうしようかと思ったぞ。今までどこに。
He stared at my face.
どうしたその傷。
これは。
I explained what happened this afternoon.
そうか。
Shinjo sighed
自
again.
分が置かれてる状況くらい把握してるだろ。部活に外に出るんじゃない。それでここには何をしに来たんだ。
After a long enough pause that Shinjo started to get suspicious, I answered him honestly.
わかりません。
何？
Nani?
探すつもりでした。あいつを。でも、探してどうしたいのか、だんだんわからなくなって。
Why had Saraka done this? Was she really responsible for everything else that happened too? If she said yes, would I believe her? If she said yes, what would I do?
僕は何をしたいんでしょうね、新庄さん。
これを渡しておく。
Shinjo took something out of his suit pocket and handed it to me.
申し訳ないが、中は改めさせてもらった。何が手がかりになるかわからなかったから。青葉寮を捜索していた時に出てきたんだ。本来君たちだけが読むべきものだった。警察の他の連中には読まれていないが、すまない。
Shinjo bowed his head a little. On the front of the envelope was written, "To my beloved family," and on the back, the name Nono.
Nono.
Nono. I opened the envelope and there were several sheets of paper inside. They were covered with rows of neatly handwritten words.
大切な家族へ。
大切な家族へ。もしもの時のためにこれを書いていきます。今までありがとう。私の部屋に残っているものは好きに使ってください。家具はできれば次に家族になる人のため処分しないでくれると嬉しいです。父さんへ。病院の仕事を手伝えなくなってごめんなさい。やりかけていた事務の書類は診察室の引き出しの中に入れておきました。借りていたままの医学書は私の部屋の本棚に置いてあります。そういえば私が看護師になりたいって相談した時、父さんは一言「ああそうか」としか言いませんでしたね。あの時は反対されてるのかなってちょっとしょげたりもしたけど、父さん、私の進路志望なんてとうの昔に知っていたんですってね。私と患者さんが話してるのを聞いた？それともなんとなく分かってたのかな。きっかけはタクルのリハビリの手伝いをしていた時に父さんに言われた言葉。独学なのにやるじゃないか、なかなかだぞという一言でした。きっと父親というのはそういうものなんでしょう。父さんが作った家のルール、私は好きでした。ありがとう。くれぐれも飲みすぎには注意してください。ゆうとウキへ。大変な時なのにこんなことになってしまってごめんね。ゆいのことは言い訳のしようもありません。止めることができなかった私の責任です。ゆうと、口うるさいお姉ちゃんでごめんね。今になって思うとちょっと厳しすぎたかなと思っています。あなたは男の子なんだからもっと自由にやりたかったでしょうね。ウキ、家族にとって一緒にいた時間の長さなんて私は関係ないと思っています。大切なのは目の前でどれだけ泣いたり怒ったりしたか、どれだけみっともないところを見せ合ってどれだけ気持ちを積み重ねることができたかだと思います。あなたはタクルの妹で、ユウトのお姉さんで、父さんの娘。女の子一人じゃ大変だと思うけど、よろしくお願いね。そしてタクルへ。あなたと約束したのに破ってしまってごめんなさい。結局私はいけない姉でした。これがどんな結果になるか分かりません。いえ、たとえどんな結果になったとしてもきっとあなたは納得できないでしょう。でももし私に何かあったとしても絶対に復讐しようなんて思わないで。今回のこと間違いなくあの子が関係しているから あなたは理由が気になるでしょう。でもそれを探ろうとしないで。とにかく危険なことはしないで。できることならもう能力のことは忘れてほしい。学校でもっと友達を作って彼女も見つけて、その子のために素敵な男の子になりなさい。あなたがいつもバカにしているようなどうでもいい話でもしながら楽しいデートをしなさい。あなたが時間の無駄だと思っているようなどうでもいい遊びを友達と一緒にしなさい。だって文化祭の準備をしているあなたは楽しそうに見えたもの。家でゆいやゆうとの話に付き合っているあなたもね。私、あなたが他の人と自分は違うって口癖のように言うたびに、なぜそこまで意地になるんだろうっていつも不思議に思ってた。確かにあなたには他の人にない力がある。他の人が言う普通とは家庭環境だって違うかもしれない。でもだからといってムキになって自分を孤独の中へ閉じ込めるのはどうかなって思う。私にはあなたがたくさんの人の中に埋もれてしまうのを怖がっているように見えた。埋もれてしまう程度の自分だと思いたくない。そんな風に怯えているように見えた。でも私はそうは思わない。私の中であなたは埋もれたりしない。たとえあなたがみんなと同じように遊んだりしていても。だって私の大事な家族だから。あ、でも髪は染めてほしくないな。タクルには絶対に似合わないと思うし。
Wow.
これは余談。最後に
Let's just throw that random bit
タ
in
クルに
there.
ずっと聞いてほしかった大切なこと。ここに書き残そうと思ったけれどダメでした。許してください。いつかどこかでそれを知った時、あなたはきっと私のことを軽蔑し、そして嫌うでしょう。
What?
でもどうか
Even
私がタクル
after
の
in
ことを
death, she
思う
couldn't
心だ
tell
けは
us.
疑わないでください。私はあなたのことが好きです。この気持ちだけは嘘じゃないと信じてもらえるなら、それだけで私は幸せです。そろそろ行かなきゃいけない時間になりました。勝手なことしてごめんね、タクル。もう一度言うけれど、復讐なんて絶対に考えないで。危険なことはしないで。何もかも忘れて、他の人と同じ日常を、だけど埋もれないように、強く、しっかりと過ごしていってください。できることなら、この手紙が読まれるようなことになりませんように。2015年11月3日、のの。
Wow. So she wrote it being prepared, hoping that it wouldn't come to that. Tears started to pour from my eyes as soon as I finished. I tried to wipe them away, but they wouldn't stop. I fell to the floor, holding Nono's letter in my hands. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop sobbing. As I cried aloud in my mind, I was apologizing to Nono over and over again. November 5th, 2015, Thursday. Same time. Frisia Incorporated.
そう、わかったわ。宮代ちゃん、犯人の子の家にいたそうよ。
Momose moved the phone away from her ear and relayed Shinjo's message to Kunosato. Kunosato stopped typing at her computer and grabbed the phone away from her.
新庄さん、宮代に代わってくれ。
確認したいことがある。
She must have not liked the answer she got back because she looked annoyed.
だったらなるべく早くこちらに連れてきてくれ。大まかにだがデータの洗い出しと検索が終わった。結果は今そっちにメールで送った。落ち込んでいる時間などないと尻を叩いておいてくれ。
Momose arched her eyebrows. Kunosato hung up.
ちょっと厳しいんじゃない？
事実です。
That's not what I meant, Momose began.
近しい人が亡くなってしまった気持ちはミオちゃんも知ってるじゃない。
Kunosato looked down as if searching her own feelings. But then she looked up like nothing had happened and turned back to her computer.
私は利己主義ですから。失恋した男女同士がくっつくような傷の舐め合いはヘドが出ます。同情するのもされるのもごめんです。
舐め合いかどうかはともかく、私は同情って優しさだと思ってるわよ。
気持ちはわかる。だから頑張れという言葉ほど人を突き放すものはないと思いますが。
何も言わなくていいのよ。そういうのは自然に伝わるもんだから。きちんとそうすることができる人を大人っていうの。
Kunosato chuckled as she looked at the screen.
私は未成年です。
And then Momose chuckled too.
それが問題なのよね。
She sighed.
あら有村ちゃん、寝てていいのよ。ろくに休んでないでしょ。
Kunosato turned and saw that Arimura had gotten off the sofa. She looked like she wanted to say something, but instead, she just took a deep breath.
大丈夫です。それより何か分かったんですか？
Arimura looked genuinely relieved when she heard that they'd found Miyashiro.
そうですか。よかった。
有村、お前、尾上の過去を聞いたことはあるか？
Alrighty, see you, Liverpool. The best. Thanks for stopping by. Kunosato suddenly looked away from the monitor and spoke to her.
尾上の過去だ。そうだな。例えば小学生の時の話とか。
She was caught off guard by the sudden question, but Arimura was able to answer quickly.
宮代先輩の幼馴染だっていうことだけですね。それ以外は何も。
She'd only gotten to know Seneca about a month ago, and all they ever talked about was the case. She didn't know a lot about Seneca's private life.
どんな些細なことでもいい。過去に関して尾上が嘘を言っていたことはなかったか？
ないと思います。セリ、彼女は嘘が少ない人でしたから。
That was the truth. Arimura was capable of recognizing even common courtesies and jokes as lies. That's why she knew how filled with lies most people's conversations were. And that was the real reason why everything she said at school was a joke. Nothing made her more upset than when she was talking about something serious and the person she was speaking with responded with a lie. That's why she told jokes. Everyone around her joked back. It was a lot easier that way. But out of all the people she knew, Ito and Seneca from the newspaper club were some of the ones who lied least. They just weren't any good at it. But to Arimura, that was a greater blessing than the others could imagine. That was why it had been such a shock. It might not have been as bad for her as it was for Miyashiro, but she felt like she'd been betrayed by someone who was more than a friend. When Kunosato realized that she wasn't going to get anything useful out of Arimura, she turned back to her computer.
彼女のこと何か分かりそうですか？
わからない。お手上げというやつだ。
She sighed and flicked the monitor with her fingers.
ここは調査会社だ。さらに新庄さんが持っているネットワークも使える。人探しや身辺調査はお箱なんだよ。だがどれだけ遡っても中学以前の記録が出てこない。あいつが第三者的な情報として最初に登場するのは2009年の11月だ。
Arimura gasped.
渋谷地震があった月ですよね。
正確には 地震から約2週間後の11月21日 AH 東京総合病院の系列病院のカルテにその記録が残っている。ところがそれ以前のデータはどこにも残っていない。出生届も就学の記録もそれどころか戸籍すら見当たらない。さらに言うと
Kurosato's face took an even more stern look as she called up another medical chart. It belonged to Takeru Miyashiro.
すいません。ごちそうさまでした。
気にしないでいい。正直、この味には飽きてるんだ。
After I finished eating the calorie block, Shinjo threw the wrapper in the trash. Whatever he was running around on a case, he always kept 2 or 3 with him, he said. I ate them a lot too, so I knew what he meant about being sick of them.
僕もチョコ味をよく食べてます。
そうか。
Calorie block. I didn't know how long I'd been crying, but it was the first time I'd cried until my lungs and throat hurt. Shinjo had offered me a handkerchief and quietly waited a long time for me to finish. After I'd fallen silent and I couldn't find any new tears to wipe away with the handkerchief, my stomach suddenly rumbled. Until then, I hadn't even felt like drinking water, but after a full day of no food, my body had begun to demand it. Shinjo was fiddling with his cell phone. He seemed to be checking his messages. Then he turned to me, questioningly.
宮代くん、すまないが、聞きたいことがあるんだ。
I could tell he was asking if that would be okay. I felt like the tears were about to start again, but I held them back. I looked down at Nono's letter. I'd been holding it so hard it had gotten crumpled in my hands. Don't think about revenge. Don't do anything dangerous.
わかってる。大丈夫だから、ノノ。全然大丈夫じゃないけど、大丈夫じゃないけど、大丈夫だから。
I touched the letter as gently as I could. And then I looked at Shinjo with tear-swollen eyes and nodded.
どうぞ。何ですか？
尾上セリカのことだ。久野里さんと俺、それに百瀬さんも調べてるが、不明な点が多すぎる。覚えていることだけで構わない。最も古い、できれば最初に出会った頃のことから全てを話してほしい。
I wasn't sure how to process the complicated feelings I felt when he asked me that question. It was painful and unreal to think that my oldest friend was a killer. It made me furious that I'd lost my best friend and both my sisters at the same time. It made me sad to think of the letter that Nono had written to me and to realize that I might never feel better again. And it made me feel pathetic to realize how I didn't want to admit that Setaka Onoi was the cause of it all. It was all mixed together and like a swamp that threatened to draw me down. It pulled me deeper inside the abyss of my memories. Alright, I think I might just try and leave it here, but I'm gonna quickly look up. I know I said I didn't want to ruin it, but I'm gonna look up how much more there is to this game. How many chapters in Chaos Child? Hopefully there's no spoilers. Okay. Holy crap, the game is roughly 50 to 70 hours long for an average reader to complete. Damn. Okay, I think it's saying, I think I'm reading something that says it's 11 chapters long. Oh, there's an epilogue. Okay, so we are on the final chapter. I also think that there seems to be different endings, so I think I'm just gonna leave it here. And should it not take very long to finish this ending, then maybe we'll pursue like a different ending. Or different scenarios and... yeah. But anyways... I think I might just end it here. We don't have a ton of people here, and I think most people here are falling asleep. Or are asleep already. Yeah. Alright. I think I'm just gonna end it here. So, I'm not sleepy. No, I'm just playing Death Stranding. I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy myself. I'm sorry. And I wanna be able to genuinely enjoy the game, like the end of this game, and not be like dead tired trying to rush to the end. I tried to do that with Saya no Uta before, and I was like so far from the ending that I couldn't have possibly done it. But yeah, so I don't wanna... well, I'm almost repeating that again. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna end it here. And thank you to everyone who came out in today's stream. I'm sorry that I couldn't finish this game, or get at least I think the route I'm on is like the common ending, and then there are different endings. So I'll probably check out the other endings as well, because I don't think there's gonna be very much more to this run. I think we're getting very close to the end, because according to what I've read through Google, there should only... this is the last chapter, and then there may be an epilogue chapter, so... but yeah. I will probably continue more of this tomorrow evening. Maybe the afternoon if I happen to find a good time to do it. But yeah. I hope you guys have a good... I guess morning? Good morning. I hope you guys have a good rest of your morning. Or good night. And I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Wait, today. Sometime later today. Good night, everyone.